of yellow comes out in our first warm-up session. Timmy Mark alone looping it in the wired audio zone. And it's been a couple of weeks since we've been on the track. Of course, last week the big block show was in town, and, well, we didn't get to run that. So a lot of our drivers, first time on the track in 2 weeks.
Yes, we been a couple of weeks since we've been here, but actually we were here last week, but the weather was not too kind to us. But we're going to change that around here tonight as the Pro Stocks are back underway with their hot lap session, first of, I believe, 2 on the night. Patriot Sprint Tour will be set to come up after this as some of these drivers are having a little problems navigating turn number 4. Cody Kelly gets twisted around there. Yellow and checkered coming out, ending this session here. Another group ready to roll trackside. Of course, last night, Brockville, Ontario Speedway. Great night of racing over there. 6 big divisions in town, and the Patriots were there, and it was the Jared Zimbardi Charity Classic last night.
As always, when we're up north, I feel like.
Yes. As the Pro Stock second hot lap session rolls trackside, Dave Sagan in the 11A making his way into turn number 1, along with Eric Jean-Louis making the jump from the Boulder Sound DJ Service Mini Stocks to run with the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division. And there is the Alexandria Home Hardware Husqvarna number 4, Rocco Band, Bob Ray, rookie this year in Pro Stock in the 18, and C.D. Beauchamp in car number 88. Kevin Federley Jr. back with us after that nasty accident on the front stretch. Basically rebuilt that car from front to back, and now they've got it ready to go, and good to see Kevin back with us once again. Pro Stocks on track now for their hot lap session. The Patriots will be out after that for their hot lap. Sportsman, the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman Division, and then the 358 Modifieds will be up after that for their hot lap sessions as well. I'd like to welcome the good folks at Lamoureux Pumping for being on hand with us here tonight as well. Don't forget, concession stands are open behind the main grandstand area. All sorts of good things going on back there, so you're going to want to check all that out. Of course, your favorite Coca-Cola products are available as well. Souvenirs are a pretty cool thing to get here at Cornwall as well. All sorts of T-shirts and everything else.
Right behind the center tower.
Yep.
That's also where the Cornwall Speedway Kids Club is. Just behind the center tower, there's a booth there. And sign up, kids 12 and under. Chance to win a bike each and every week. Junior flag person, rides on the fun bus. Oh, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yes. Fun bus is a lot of it's a cool deal out there. You get one of the drivers from one of the 5 divisions here at the Speedway driving that bus, and they really get on it when they get out there, too. So, turn 4 seems to be the trouble place. Mark,
it's a little dry between 3 and 4 there. And,
just a little bit. And Federley found a little difficulty navigating turn number 2.
Well, it sounds like he's got it fired back up, so he'll right that and
yep.
Get it around eventually. And, yeah, still having problems with it. He's got it fired up again.
Of course, not a lot of racing actions taking place here over the last week or so because of you-know-who, but Wednesday night we did get our showing at Mohawk with the Independence Day 50, and Tim Fuller, surprising, took the victory. His 3rd of the season over there in the Modifieds, and Sportsman Division was a classic battle between Thomas Cook as he picked up the win there, his 1st of the year over Brent Kelsey.
Well, and of course, the big winner on Friday night over at Mohawk was Mother Nature again.
Again, win number 6 on the season for her.
Getting to race last night at the Boss, as you mentioned. The Patriot Sprint Tour was at Brockville last night, and of course, we're going to try it again here this evening, and
that's
so
the
far
plan.
It looks pretty good.
I'd say so. Checkered flag will be coming out on hot lap session number 2 for the Pro Stocks. And that will do it for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock division as they'll be headed back to the pits and they'll set their machines up for their qualifying heats a little later on. This is where we bring in expert 360 sprint car extraordinaire announcer Paul Harkenrider is back. Paul, welcome. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen you, about, 18, 19 hours roughly?
I would say about, but, before that, though, it was about 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Fonda of September of last year was the last time, and here we are back again 2 days in a row.
Great to be back here in Cornwall.
Good to see you once
again. Like I said before we were on the air, is there anywhere else you'd rather be than Cornwall,
Absolutely
Ontario?
Not. There's race cars, and they got big wings, and they go really fast, so that's what I like.
Yeah, I like that too, and I get to see it every single weekend, and I get to see it for the 5th time here in the great province of Ontario, and we welcome you here to the Cornwall Speedway for their 5th time in 2017. This is championship night here at the Cornwall Speedway. On behalf of Blake F. Motorsports and Aperçu Storage Containers, we welcome you to championship night as you keep an eye on 2 particular drivers that will be going for tonight's championship crown for our Canadian Tour. We run about 5 races for the entire season just here on the Canadian side. It's a completely separate tour. One driver that's just about to be pushed off, he comes to us out of Scotland, Ontario, Canada. He has the 2-point advantage. He also has 566 points heading into tonight. He's driving the Oswego Speedway, Bradshaw Fuels, Aero Express, car number 47X. That's Dylan Westbrook. Dylan Westbrook in car number 47X. Also about to be pushed off onto the Speedway out of Brockville, Ontario. That's car number 98, Paul Peconin in car number 98. 6th place finisher last night at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway, driving the Aces Bar and Grill, car number 91. That is Ryan Turner. Ryan Turner in car number 91. Finished 3rd last time we were here at the Cornwall Speedway a year ago. He comes to us out of Brantford, Ontario, driving the Ace Construction, Burger Barn Racing, Bronze Auto, car number 10. That's Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown in car number 10. Driving the Hills Tire and Gas, Brown's Automotive, car number 1-10. That's Jake Brown. Jake Brown in car number 1-10. I've Granby, Quebec, driving the Pixel Imaging, car number 51. That's Guami Nidier. Now Nidier in car number 51. Winner at the Brockville Speedway last month, in the month of June. He comes to us out of Joyceville, Ontario, driving the Riverside Bar and Grill, car number 42W. Is just coming off corner number 2, making his way down the backstretch. That's Rick Wilson. Rick Wilson in car number 42W. Also one of our Quebec representatives, just right here on the front stretch, driving the GoGraphic.com, car number 123, that's Jan Bilodeau. Jan Bilodeau on car number 123. Warm session number 1 for the Aperçu Storage Containers Patriot Sprint Tour, as it's championship night here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to want to blink. These guys will run low 12s, high 11s.
Trouble already there on that 1-10 of Jake Brown, as it looks like he just kind of overcooked the top of turn number 4 as he takes a little bit of a awkward back reverse to the staging wall. Not only is this our 5th Canadian Tour event here in 2017, also for the last 15 years we visited tracks all over the Northeast, including as well as Ontario, Quebec, New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. This is also our 300th race in Tour history. 30 laps will be the distance for tonight's A main, something a little bit more special for the drivers that are in attendance and, of course, of you, the race fans. So those of you that were with us last night at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway, we welcome you back again here to the Cornwall Speedway. We still have a lot more shows coming up for our American Series next week when we're back down to my neck of the woods, about 6 hours south here at the Woodhall Raceway. Take a weekend off as the Arctic Circuit of Champions is making their way through New York. A lot of our 360 competitors will be dipping their feet into the 410 action, and then we have once again, another strong month of August with dates at Outlaw, State Line, Orange County, and Penn Can. Green flag back out. Checkered flag is out for warm session number 1 for the Aperçu Storage Containers Patriot Sprint Tour. Times right now more in the 13-second bracket, believe it or not. As we'll wait for the track to widen out a little bit more, those lap times will continue to get faster. 15 cars signed in for tonight. So making his way out onto the speedway, he's making a name for himself in 360 competition. He comes from out of St. Matthew, Quebec, driving the Foundation Stations Industries FM Palm Page Mega car number 20 FM. That's Jordan Poirier. Jordan Poirier in car number 20 FM. Alongside him out of Alexandria, Ontario, driving the Kenyon Auto Centers car number 51L. That is Lee Ladisser. Lee Ladisser in car number 51L. Out of Keister Center, Ontario, driving the Club 54 Tobacco Town Line Variety Hills Racing Team car number 97. That's Corey Turner. Corey Turner in car number 97. And also being pushed out onto the speedway out of Picton, Ontario, driving the CarQuest Auto John's Automotive. Car number 11J, that is Chris Jones. Chris Jones in car number 11J. And that very beautiful purple flame, the car number 28 FM, comes from us also out of St. Matthew, Desbelay, Quebec, driving the Foundations for Stations Palm Page Mega, car number 28 FM. That's Steve Fireball Poirier. Steve Poirier in car number 28 FM. And currently second in points with the Patriots Canadian Tour. Another driver that you want to keep an eye on. Comes from us all the way from Bradford, Pennsylvania, driving the Zimbardi Electric, both of Warren Firelogs, McCourt's Auto Collision, car number 35, The Juice, Jared Zimbardi. Jared Zimbardi in car number 35. Last car to also be pushed off onto the speedway. She's also comes from us out of Joyceville, Ontario, driving the Riverside Barn Grill, car number 15AW. That is April Wilson. April Wilson in car number 15AW. 7 cars for warm session number 2 for the Aperçu Storage Containers Patriot Sprint Tour here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. So Jared Zimbardi, who picked up the win last night at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway, trailed Dylan Westbrook by 7 points going into last night's event. Picked up the win, was able to pull in within 2 points of Dylan Westbrook. So 2 points separate the top 2 point getters heading into tonight. Zimbardi at 464, Westbrook at 466. So the 35 is Zimbardi. That's one of the 2 drivers that you'll definitely want to keep an eye on heading into tonight's events. Checkered flag is out for warm session number 2 for the Aperçu Storage Containers Patriot Sprint Tour, as times were just a tad bit faster there in our second warm-up session, as they were just about into the maybe 12-7, 12-9 second bracket. And so that will do it for our warm-up sessions for our Patriot Sprint Tour. 2 qualifying heats coming up later on tonight. We'll also have our MEM Excavation Dash for Cash, and then 30-lap A main event for the Aperçu Storage Containers Patriot Sprint Tour. More cars being out on the track. We're turning things back over to Tim.
Well, the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman Division moving out onto the speedway. Gabriel Sear in the 94 making his way out on the track, doing quite well over at the Airborne Speedway. He's got a couple of top 10 finishes over there, and a number of our guys have been running over at Airborne and doing quite well. Gage Moray in the Modified Division, and Chris Raby, one of our, defending track champion in the Modified, doing quite well over at the Airborne Speedway as well.
Yeah, 4th win of the season last night, and career win number 150 for Raby. And he extends his point lead over there at the Airborne Park Speedway. And right now, the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman, they're under green. So Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman Hot Lap Session number 1 is complete. Hot Lap Session number 2 rolling trackside now. There's Shane Pecor, defending track champion in the Mr. So-and-so St. Andrews Service Center number 0 ride. Behind him in the 04 machine, that's Scott McGill. Adam Rosen, the Auto Value Auto Parts Stores number 3 machine. Behind him in the Bailey Motor Company, Mohawk Plumbing from Akwesasne in car number M70, that's Billy Cook. Emmanuel St. Denis in car number 65, making his way up into turn number 1. Behind him, that's Chris Ferguson, a sophomore this year in the Sportsman Division, in car number 08. And there is the High Side Hustler out of Harrowsmith, Ontario, looking for 3 in a row here at Cornwall. That's Tristan Draper and Alex Gagnon, reigning street stock champion at the Brockville Speedway, in car number 22A. Session number 2 for the Sportsman is green.
Well, Timmy, 24 sportsmen here, so the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman being joined out there by the Polar Sound DJ Service Novice Sportsman. And good car count here this evening. 3 modified heats, and we've got 3 sportsman heats. Curtis Caille out there in the number 28. Randall Addiser, the 15B. And Ricky Thompson being added to our list at the last moment. We got Patrick Paconen out there in the number 48. Tyler Javog in the 85. Now the 43 of Martin Hébert also joining that final warm-up session with the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman Division and the Polar Sound DJ Service Novice Sportsman all mixed together this evening. We're rolling out our first 358 modified warm-up session, Tim.
O'Brien leading the way out in car number 88 out of Kingston. Behind him, the current point leader here and the man who picked up his 150th career win in a modified. The 01 of Chris Raby picked that up last night at the Airborne Park Speedway, his 4th win of the year. David Hébert, who won here back in June, he's in car number 87 from St. Damas, Quebec. Danny Gagne made his debut in a modified last night at RPM. He'll roll off in car number 90. Louis Jackson Jr., a rookie in the modifieds this year. Mario Claire in the 22C, the Roy Delormier ride. And Stéphane Lafrance in car number 115. Is session number 1 for the 358 modifieds is under green. So yellow and checkered coming out, ending this hot lap session for the modified. Stefan LaFrance, quick time there, followed by David Hebert, Mario Claire, the top three. And Group 2 rolling trackside now, Huey.
Timmy, that track looks beautiful.
Does.
And the doctor joining us again this evening in the 22D, Danny Johnson. Mathieu Boisvert in the 73. It'll be Brian Slim McDonald in the 151 KB. Gage Moray in the number 16. Gabriel Richer in the number 10. Joey Ladisser goes away in the number 23. Luke Whitaker in the 38 Special, getting it done last night in Brockville, winning the Ogilvy race up there. And Kevin Amell in the number 13, making their way out onto the track for the second warm-up session here for the 358 Modified. Oh, yellow checker coming out onto the field. It'll be Luke Whitaker with the fast time in this warm-up session. So picking up where we left off last night is the quick guy out on the track. Luke Whitaker in the 38 Special as our third and final 358 modified warm-up session rolls out onto the field with Corey Wheeler in the 47S and the Fat West Chip Stand leading the way, Timmy.
Yes, he is. Corey Wheeler going through turn number 1 and 2. Behind him, the 46 Kale Robidoux from St. Constant, Quebec. 188 of David Papineau from Akwesasne. Behind him, in car number 97, this is going to be Paul Hamel. Paul Hamel in car number 97. Behind him, the runner-up in Mohawk on Wednesday night, that's Kerry Torrance, the 66X, and Mark Carrion in the Speedy Glass 17. Green light is on. It's session number 3 for the 358 Modifieds is under green. So caution and checkered coming out, ending this session for the modifieds. Luke Whitaker, fastest of this group. And as the overall quick time is going to be Luke Whitaker, Stefan LaFrance, David Hebert, your top 3. So the mini stock division, the Polar Sound DJ Service mini stocks, will be headed trackside for the Cindy Ladisser, Danny Lefebvre Memorial Mini Stock Series. Hard to believe it was a couple of seasons ago when we lost our good friend Danny on the backstretch there. The Lefebvre family will be going back there in just a few moments to pay a visit to Danny, and I know that's where he'll be watching over there in corner number 2.
Now they're going to place some flowers on the blocks that we had painted up a number of seasons ago.
Yep.
That is 0-5.
Quite a racer too. He was always fast and.
Now we have a lineup here of 15 cars set to take to the track. As we look at it now, I believe about 13 of those cars made their way back from 2 weeks ago.
Yep, a couple of them have not been able to make it with us.
Well, the Lefebvre family making their way into the Cornwall Motor Speedway pace truck right now, and they'll be driven back to the memorial blocks there, Tim, and they'll make a place the flowers on the blocks.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Lefebvre family now making their way over to corner number 2, and there's not a day that goes by that all of us here at Cornwall Motor Speedway don't think about Danny and what he meant to the sport and what he meant to this speedway. And we know he's watching on us. He's watching over every one of those mini stock drivers down there, and that was his class down there. So.
And you can hear the salute the mini stock are giving Danny now. All the engines revving. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask you now to please join us in a round of applause one more time for the 05 of Danny Lefebvre. Well, we are getting set to roll out the mini stock feature from 2 weeks ago. That is the Cindy Laddiser Memorial and, of course, the Danny Lefebvre Memorial. All lineup should look like this. The 0 of Tyler French off the pole. Mark Dagenet in the 15 outside pole. Alex Charbonneau in the 49 inside of the second row. Carl Potvin in the 14 outside of row number 2. Jeffrey Humphrey in the 17 inside of row number 3. Mike Gaucher Outside of that third row in the number 3. Inside row number 4, the 83C of Corey Gates. Francis Desjardins, the D13, outside of row number 4. Richard Thornton in the 43, inside of row number 5 on the outside. Dylan Kirkland in the number 88. Skylar Lattiser in the 74L. The 11T of Teddy Baird. And the 14T of Tristan Hufford set to make the start, not in attendance. Joe McNichol in the 14J and Patrice Monaire in the 51 will round out the field. And the 22J of Justin Jodway. As we are getting set to take green. Green flag flies, and we are underway here in the Cindy Lattiser and Danny Lefebvre Memorial Races. Tyler French into the early lead. He's got Dagenet right there with him in the 15 on the outside. Alex Charbonneau in the 49 into the number 3 position. And we've got the 14 of Carl Potvin making some moves. Gets up alongside Charbonneau in the battle for third spot. He's going to back it off just a little bit as they single it out down the backstretch. Tyler French continues to lead. Mark Dagenet into the number 2 position with the 15. Great battle going on for second, third, and fourth as Charbonneau pulls up alongside of Potvin and goes a little too high, gets out of the groove, slips back a little bit, and now the battle for second. Potvin in the 14, down to the bottom. He's battling with the 15 of Mark Dagenet for the second spot. Well, Tyler French continues to lead. He's got Potvin and this Dagenet right behind. They're still battling for second. Potvin hanging on a second with the 14. Dagenet down to the bottom with the 15. Here comes Mike Gaucher, starting in the number 6 position, moved up a couple of spots. Finds himself in 4th, got ahead of Charbonneau, finds himself in 5th with the 49. Good speeds early on for these Sound DJ mini stocks here in this Cindy Lattiser Danny Lefebvre Memorial Race. Carryover from 2 weeks ago. French in the lead. Tyler French. And great battle going on now again for second spot. Carl Potvin moves up to the top of the track. Now Dagenet trying to find a way around with that number 15. Dagenet trying to use every inch of the track up onto the infield. Gets back down onto the main part of the track. Lap traffic coming into play. Patrice Monnier in the 51 at the back of the field as the second and third place car now battle to get around the lap traffic. Monnier a little out of shape in front of third, fourth, and fifth. And everybody makes it around. Skylar Lattiser now picking up a couple of spots. Finds himself battling for fifth with Charbonneau in the number 49. Tyler French out in front now. He's got another lap car between himself and second, third, and fourth place. Potvin around the outside. Lap traffic coming into play. That's Jodway down at the bottom with the 22. Goes down a couple more spots. And Tyler French all alone in front. Good battle going on for second, third, and fourth between Potvin, Dagenet, and Gaucher trying to get involved there with the number 3. As lap 12 comes into the books, but the caution will come out for a car on the backstretch. Well, Timmy, 13 laps in the books puts us just over the halfway point for this Cindy Lattiser Daniel Lefebvre Memorial Race. And I'll tell you, these mini stocks, the Polar Sound DJ Service mini stocks putting on a good show.
Yes, they really are. And 13 laps caution free there as Dylan Kirkland has made it to the pits. Problems on the right rear. See his dad Dale down there going right to work, and a couple other drivers from some teams from the other race cars are joining in to try to help out. And Kirkland, second place finish last night at Brockville to Dustin Bodie, who picked up his 4th win of the year. Carl Potvin won the first leg of this Cindy Lattiser Memorial Mini Stock Series. Of course, this being the Daniel Lefebvre Memorial as well.
Well, Timmy, I'm going to let you do this one because it's pretty close.
Yeah.
The Godfather, so you're probably going to want to announce that one for him.
Yes, a very happy birthday going out to our defending Sportsman Track champion. Our birthday coming up on Monday, I do believe. Happy birthday to Shane Pecor. Godfather turns, well, he's getting really old out there, so I'll just leave it at that. But no, happy birthday to Shane, and Sadie says happy birthday to you.
Oh, we've got a happy 12th wedding anniversary between Sweet Pea and Rhino.
Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea and Rhino. 12th wedding anniversary. Congratulations, guys.
Boy, oh boy, there's a beautiful match right there.
And, well, we've got another birthday announcement, and this is how you do it.
Yep.
It's a happy 39th and holding birthday going out to Catherine. That's the wife of Ralphie, our 50/50 seller. And this is how you do it, guys. If you're going to send a birthday wish up to your wife, Ralphie says you're as beautiful now as the day he met you.
Oh, boy.
That's how it's done,
boy.
guys. That is how it's done. Where is Ralphie? He's walking around selling those 50/50. Make sure you get your 50/50 tickets early. Buy them now. Buy often. And happy 39th and holding to Catherine, the wife of Ralphie, our 50/50 seller. So the guys out there are taking notes. That's how it's done.
What was that again? That was okay.
39 and holding. That's the start.
You look as good as you did the day.
No, not as good. As beautiful as the day we met.
Beautiful. Okay, scratch that. Beautiful.
Okay, there you go. You got to get it right, Timmy.
Got
it.
it. Okay.
As beautiful as the day you met.
I wrote that down. I will put that in the memory bank. I'll probably forget it.
That might get you an extra steak meal every now and again.
That sounds good to me. Green flag is back out, and Tyler French has some company now. Oh, Joe McNichols gets twisted around. The 49 of Alexis Charbonneau got into him, but the yellow flag is out with 14 in the books. Carl Potvin, who won the opening leg of the Cindy Lattiser Memorial Series from the mini stocks, has slowed to a crawling pace, and he is making it a hard right-hand turn to the pits. Carl won that race on June 11th, the first ever Cindy Lattiser Memorial Mini Stock Series race.
We had a good battle going on with Dajana there for second spot, and
yep.
We've also got the 20 of Steve Moran joining the field this evening.
Exactly. Tyler French leading away in the Zero Machine. This car was campaigning by Jeff Humphrey last night at the Brockville Speedway, and had it not been for some right rear suspension issues with that race car, he might have been into the mix for the feature win last night at Brockville. But as I mentioned, Dustin Bodie, our point leader, came away with his 4th win of the year, and Dylan Kirkland came home 2nd. Right now, he's got Mark Dagenet, who won here with us back on May the 28th on the outside front row. Mike Gaucher, Skylar Lattiser, and Joe McNichols, your top 5. Green lights are back on, and away we go. And I'll tell you what, Alexis Charbonneau all sorts of out of shape down the front straightaway, but he collected it back up. Meanwhile, change for the lead in turn number 3. Mark Dagenet dips down to the bottom. He'll try to get by Tyler French as they bring it off the turn this time by. Joe McNichols has moved it to 4th. 15 laps are down, 10 more to go, and Mark Dagenet takes over the lead at lap 15. Tyler French right there to challenge him. Watch for McNichols in that 14. He doesn't get a chance to race very much, but when he does, he is a threat to win as they bring it off of corner number 4 and down the front straightaway. It's Dagenet, Tyler French, and Mike Gaucher in that top 3 order. And then it is the 14 of McNichols, the 74 of Lattiser going at it, and Dylan Kirkland is on the move. Restarted from the tail of the field, and he is now and up into the top 6. 8 laps remaining, and Mark Dagenet looking to go win number 2 on the season if he possibly can, but the man in charge right now heading into turn number 3, Joe McNichols, is on the move. He just slipped past Gaucher to pick up third as Charbonneau way out of the ballpark over there in corner number 4, and Charbonneau's going to bring it to a crawling pace and park it right there in turn number 4, and that will bring the caution flag out. Mike Gaucher with problems as well in turn number 2. He slows to a crawling pace, and he'll head it immediately to the pits as well, so problems for some of our top contenders in this feature.
Well, we've got another birthday announcement. This one's in French. I could probably do it, but I think it'd be better if we gave it to Martin. It's a Bonne Fête Maximum Lavigne, and I don't want to butcher the rest of it, so we're just going to let Martin do it here.
You could just skip right by me.
Well, you know, I was going to let you try it and see how we did.
Nope. Yeah. No, you did a good job.
Well, we're going to have to let Martin try that again. For some reason, having mic problems up here. So we'll get him on the handheld.
Justin Jodway is headed to the pits as well.
Well, the batteries seems to be the problem in the microphone for Martin Boulanger, and we'll try the handheld.
Yes, I'll use the wireless. So it's, I'll do it in French. So, bonne fête de 8 ans à Maxime Lavigne de Maman, Papa et William. So
you did a very good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to try it?
Happy birthday. That's about as far as I get.
That's about the gist of it. Well, you can try the 10 de juillet. That's the 10th of July.
Oh, okay. I get it.
We'll learn you, Timmy.
No, you won't. Mike Emoff says no.
We're going to try.
Well, one thing we are going to try is a restart here at the Wired Audio Fire Zone. Mark Dagenet is going to fire from the top lane. Green flag is back out, and away we go. And here comes Joe McNichols all the way from the big town of Westport. He is going after Mark Dagenet for the race lead as Francis Desjardins off the speedway in turn number 2. Meanwhile, Mark Dagenet sets it up on the top lane. Tyler French right there to challenge. Skylar Lattiser as well up into the mix. 6 laps remaining, and Tyler French trying to move back by McNichols on the bottom lane, but McNichols has got that outside groove working for him as they head into 3 and 4, 5 laps to go. 5 more remain, and Mark Dagenet looking to become the first 2-time winner in the Polar Sound DJ Service Mini Stock Division. But Tyler French, he'll throw the slider on McNichols, but McNichols with the crossover move, he'll go back to second. Meanwhile, Dagenet still pulling away. Couple of car length advantage now as these 2 drivers behind them battle for position. Skylar Lattiser has moved it up to the 5 spot. Steve Moran now up into the top 5 for the first time late in the going. As they bring it down off of turn number 2. Joe McNichols, he might have a quicker race car than Dagenet, but Mark Dagenet, the big man's got everything wound up right now as McNichols pulls even turns with him down the front chute with 3 to go. It's McNichols, Mark Dagenet, and Tyler French in that order as they bring it off of turn number 2. Drag race into turn number 3. McNichols tries to get to the inside, but he pushed up, and Mark Dagenet able to keep the line on the top side. 2 to go this time by. Dagenet, McNichols, and Tyler French going at it for the win, and Dagenet pushes wide, and off he goes in turn number 2. That opens the door as McNichols takes over the lead in turn number 3, and Dagenet through the infield, and he will lose a bunch of spots with a white flag. Oh, we got one upside down as Patrice Monnier in the 51. Everybody scattering. Red flag is out. red flag in the air, and Patrice Monnier just barely caught the end of that one. So Patrice Monnier in the 51, obviously okay. The track officials trying to flip that car over as gingerly as they can. And that'll give him a hand getting out of the race car. And there he is, climbing out of the car. Let's give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Tough hit over there in turn number 2, but good to see he is out and okay. So this will set up a green-white checkered finish, and Patrice heading to the St. John ambulance just as a precautionary measure over there. So it'll be a green-white checkered finish here for the Cindy Lannister Memorial Mini Stock Series, the Danny Lefebvre Memorial 25-lap event, second of the 3-race series. Joe McNichols all the way from the big town of Westport, car number 14. He competes off and on with us at the Brockville Speedway on Saturday nights. Ran 4 times with us last season and won 3 of them. So he's got a pretty good winning record at Brockville.
Well, this is the second race of the Cindy Laddiser Memorial Series. We've been trying to get this in since the 25th of June. And the final race of this series takes place August 6th. And, of course, there's a number of sponsors involved with that. We got Roy Motorsports, Sandy Kyers, Polar Sound DJ Service, of course, all donating prizes. The 500 to the best Cornwall regular in the points on behalf of Roy Motorsports. Dash for Cash from Sandy Kyers. That's $250. And, of course, Polar Sound, $100 towards perfect attendance.
Yes.
So all kinds of sponsorship going into this series to make sure that everyone at the Cornwall Motor Speedway gets a little extra cash.
Yes, and this is the 4th attempt to try to get this race in, too. We've tried on several occasions to get it done, and no such luck, but that is not going to...
We're not stopping tonight. We got it in.
No, we're going to get her done tonight, so...
Again, since the 25th of June, we've been trying to run this race. 2 weeks ago, it was the only race that didn't get run on a busy night. Of course, that was the first leg of the Bandit Motorsports, 125 of the modified that we've been trying to run for almost a month. Actually,
exactly.
It was a month.
It was a month. We did get that in.
We got it in.
Chris Raby was the winner 2 weeks ago. They only had 2 repeat winners in 2 different divisions here at Cornwall, and they both come in sportsman cars. Tristan Draper in the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman division, and then the Polar Sound DJ Service Novice Sportsman. It was Curtis Kaye. Curtis is actually the only winner in Novice Sportsman action this year. So, out the field, lined up and ready to go. Joe McNichols will lead him back down to the green. A green-white checkered will be the finish. I have no clue. He drove off the end of turn... yeah. And Patrice Monnier is number 51. That car is tore up over there in turn number 2. He took a very hard hit, but good thing is he's climbed out of the car and walked to the ambulance under his own power.
Took a number of hard hits. You can look where between turn 1 and 2, there's a divot, and there's another one, and then finally ending up in the middle of turn 2.
Yeah.
3 or 4 nice big divots back there that was caused by that 51.
Exactly. So Mark Dagenet will have to make a big-time Major League charge from the tail of the field here if he wants to win this feature event. But anything can happen. So 1 lap left to decide this one, and then we'll go right into our regular night heat events, kicking it off with the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division for 8 laps, and the Patriot Sprint Tour back for their 8-lap heat events. 358 modifies will go 10 laps in distance tonight. Novice Sportsman not on the card tonight. The Tracy Wheeler Assist-to-Sell Sportsman Division will come up after the modifies for their 8-lap heat events, and the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks after that for their 8-lap heat events, and then the Polar Sun DJ Service Mini Stocks will be back out for 6-lap heat events as well. No B-main tonight for the Patriot Sprint Tour. Don't forget, of course, in the modified division, the Dwaron Engineering Cup heat points are on the line. In the Pro Stock and Sportsman division, the RSI Industrial Heat Point Championship is also up for grabs. So drivers will be doing what they need to do to get into the top 5 in their qualifying heats. Look up. Monier's car is going to go upside down again.
1, 2.
And it looks like we're going to be all right.
Check. 1, 2.
So white flag will be displayed. Joe McNichols, to the best of my knowledge, I don't believe he's ever won a feature here at Cornwall. Tyler French back there second. Skylar Lattiser, good run for him so far tonight. He's third. Mike Gaucher and Steve Moran, your top 5 as we get set and ready to go green. Out of the corner at the Wired Audio Fire Zone, we are under green. And McNichols gets away by 3 car lengths as he hit turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. 0 of Tyler French holds the 2 spot. Battle on for third now. And Mike Gaucher, who had problems earlier on in this race, has rallied back nicely to the number 4 spot. And Lattiser upside down in turn number 4 after contact with Mike Gaucher. Red flag back out on the field once again. On in this race has rallied back nicely to the number 4 spot. And Lattiser upside down in turn number 4 after contact with Mike Gaucher. Red flag back out on the field once again. And Skylar Lattiser is out of the race car over there in turn number 3 and 4. Let's give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. These drivers are really getting after it tonight, and everything getting a little aggressive out there, but Skylar had a good run going, running in the 3rd spot. And he'll take the mandatory walk to the St. John ambulance. Now, the roof did come off of that race car, but you can still see the roll cage remained intact over there, so that is a good sign. We'll get the wounded race cars off of the racetrack, and we'll be ready to go back under green. Once again, one lap will be the deciding factor here. Mentioned the racing action that took place last night at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway. Luke Whitaker took home the win, his first ever Brockville Speedway victory, and his first Ogilvy's Quad Crown Series win as well. Ryan Scott kept the roll going in the Ogilvy's Quad Crown Series for the Sportsman division. He took home his first ever series win and 3rd overall this season and 3rd in the last 4 weeks. We mentioned Jared Zimbardi picking up his first win on the Canadian side of things with the Patriot Sprint Tour. Dale Gifford picked up his first career win in Novice Sportsman. Todd Ramy went for win number 1 in the Street Stocks, and we mentioned earlier Dustin Bodie, the big winner in the Mini Stock division for his 4th win of the season over there. Mohawk International Raceway, we ran over there on Wednesday night. Tim Fuller was the winner in the Modified division, picking up the unique E-Sigs 358 Modified Series win. Thomas Cook was victorious in the Sportsman division as well. Greg Henry picked up the win in Novice Sportsman. Nick Millette for his first career win in Mod Light, and Taylor Dogstader, his first ever Mohawk win in the Bandits. And ladies and gentlemen, we have considered this race official, and Joe McNichols will be the winner of the second leg of the Cindy Lannister Memorial Mini Stock Series event. Of course, the Daniel Lefebvre Memorial as well. Congratulations to Joe, his first ever Cornwall victory.
Well, the leaders were on the backstretch coming for the checkered,
Yep.
and the caution came out in 3 and 4.
And a big charge there by Mark Dagenet at the end. He came from last on the grid all the way to 3rd to the finish. Tyler French takes the Jeff Humphrey-owned number 17 to the number 2 spot at the checkered flag.
We're going to send Martin Melange pits, or trackside rather, not pit side. We're going to send him trackside to do the interview with the winner. Of course, once they go across the scale and make sure everyone's legal, then we'll send them back out. So Joe McNichol in the 14J getting his victory here in the Cindy Lannister Memorial Series and the Daniel Lefebvre Race Memorial. And we're getting set to roll out the Alexandria Home Hardware first of 2 Pro Stock heats.
Quatrième tentative de cette finale. On l'a finalement conclu avec une belle victoire de Joe McNichols qui vient de confirmer son poids à la balance. Va venir faire son tour dans le cercle des vainqueurs. Une première victoire en carrière pour Joe McNichols. Donc, on va tomber aussi en direct avec la piste. Thanks, Tim. Yes, Joe McNichols, it's the fourth attempt for this race this season, the second leg of the Cindy Ladouceur and Danny Lefebvre Memorial. And as Joe McNichols joining in the winner's circle, we'll remove the hands device. Regular at Brockville Speedway. He's out of the car. Good hand for Joe McNichols. Congratulations, Joe. It's been a good race with the 15 of Marc Dagenet, and you were able to pass him. A good run for you here. It's one of your rare visits here at Cornwall, but all in all, you win an important 25-lap event.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was sad to see him slip off there. I was looking forward to a good battle, but it's unfortunate for him, but a great gain for me.
Hopefully, I'm pretty sure he'll challenge you again in the 15 lap that will be run later on. But it's been an important race for this series as well. So it must mean really something to win this emotional race as well for a lot of the drivers.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't owned these people personally, but it's a heck of a way to commemorate somebody. I'm sure it brings a lot of joy to the people involved, and certainly does to us. It's well worth the trip, the long drive, and like I say, it's great that they commemorate them that way.
Anyone you would like to thank on your car or on your team?
Yeah, my dad helps with this a lot. It's McNichols Electrical and Plumbing, and my uncle, who couldn't make it tonight, McNichols Construction, big contributor too. It's a lot of fun.
So congratulations on your win.
Thanks very much.
So Joe McNichols, your Cindy Ladouceur winner tonight, and Danny Lefebvre as well. So guys, I'll send it back up to you as the pro stocks are ready to get into the 8 racing. Donc, pour résumer les commentaires de Joe McNichols, Joe, une belle victoire avec Marc Dagenet. Ça a été une bonne bataille, comme vous avez vu à l'écran. Il dit oui, c'est dommage pour Marc Dagenet, mais il dit pour moi, ça a été payant, une belle victoire pour ma part. Puis, vous parlez un petit peu de la série, évidemment. C'est une série très émotionnelle pour plusieurs des pilotes, avec 2 des pilotes. Puis, ça a été une belle victoire pour sa part. Il dit oui, j'ai pas connu les 2 pilotes, mais j'aurais aimé les connaître. Puis, ça a été vraiment, pour sa part, une belle victoire. On fait beaucoup de voyagement pour venir ici, puis on est content d'avoir gagné cette course-là. Puis évidemment, à la fin, il a remercié tous ses commanditaires. Donc, c'est ce qui résume un peu les commentaires de Joe McNichols, le vainqueur de la série Cindy Ladouceur, la finale de 25 tours. Donc, je retourne l'appareil à Tim Baltz et Yui Primo.
One. We'll roll trackside, and it will look like this. Justin DeRosier on the pole in the 29A. Outside will be the 11A of Dave Seguin. Row number 2, a rookie in the Pro Stocks this year. It's Bob Ray in the 18 with Jeffrey LaPalme in the 88L. Mark Lalone in car number 8 along with the 47 of Dave Bissonette. And the winner from 2 weeks ago, George Renault in car number 55, making up this group of cars. So McNichols will head back to his pit stall with 1 trophy in hand. He'll look to try to sweep the night later on this evening. And he's going to take the PST cone with him. There we go. Mike Emhoff has just lost the cone. Yeah, he'll find it. Grab a hold of the cone while it's moving. That's a free giveaway from the PST officials. If you win the mini stock for each, you get a free orange cone. Kind of like an ice cream stand. Is that how he works, Paul? Is that how Emhoff does things? Give stuff away like that?
We're actually, I shouldn't say this, but, the American shows, he gives away PST apparel left and right.
Oh, really?
Throw him in the stands. You should see his arm. It's awful.
We'll keep that secret between us, because he can't hear us right now. He's got his ears on.
Yeah.
So Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks on the track, and here they go as the lineup has already been given. We'll be set and ready to go green in just a moment. 8 laps is the distance. Top 5 do get heat points. All points go towards the RSI Industrial Heat Championship. White flag will be displayed. Justin DeRosier and the 11A of David Seguin will bring him down to green. Bob Ray and Jeffrey LaPalme on row number 2. Mark Lalone in the number 8, along with the 47 of Dave Bissonette, occupy row 3. And George Renault, the most recent winner here in Pro Stock competition. He'll roll off in taking place now as we are under green. 29 of DeRosier, second. Look at Mark Lalone go on the bottom lane. Started back in position number 5. He's working on Bob Ray for third right now. Ray, the reigning Polar Sound DJ Service Mini Stock champion, trying to draw even terms with Justin DeRosier for second as they head into turns 3 and 4, but it won't happen. He's going to lose third to Mark Lalone as they bring it down in front with 2 laps in the books. The 11 of Seguin out in front. DeRosier back there to second. Mark Lalone making up a lot of ground here in the early going. Dave Bissonette on the charge as well. The Bulldog goes to the 5 spot. LaPalme and the 55 of George Renault at it for 6th and 7th as Renault gets on by 3 wide heading into turns 1 and 2. Mark Lalone on the bottom. Dave Bissonette through the middle. Bob Ray kind of got shuffled out of line on the top side. He's going to lose 3 spots and fall back to 7th. Meanwhile, Dave Seguin on cruise control. 3 car length advantage as we hit the halfway point. 4 complete, 4 more to go here in this opening heat race for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division. And Dave Bissonette is not done. He's going to try to go to second here as he gets alongside of Justin DeRosier off of corner number 4 and down the front stretch. Right now it is Dave Seguin, Dave Bissonette, and Justin DeRosier, your top 5 as they bring it off of corner number 2 and down the back stretch. Dave Seguin in control. He's been in control since the drop of the green flag with 2 to go. He has got some company now. Veteran Dave Bissonette right there to challenge him as they work through turns 1 and 2 and off of 2 down the back stretch. The top 2 drivers have pulled away from DeRosier back there in the 3rd spot. DeRosier's got some distance between himself and the battle for 4th, which is a good one. White flag in the air and a good battle now between Dave Bissonette and Dave Seguin for the top spot. As they exit corner number 2, Seguin with a great run off the top side. He'll take the lead away once again. Bissonette drives it deep into turn number 4. Off the corner, drag race to the line. It'll be Seguin by a half car length over Bissonette, followed by the 29 of Justin DeRosier. He'll come home in position number 3. Mark Lalone, George Renault, Jeffrey LaPalme, and Bob Ray will complete your field here in this opening heat race for the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks as he brings it down into victory lane. No photographer. Sorry, Dave. We'll get you back next time. As heat number 2 rolls trackside. Hi, Martin. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. It's finally seeing cars on the tracks for the last 2 or 3 weeks here. It's fun to see that.
Isn't it a beautiful sight?
It is.
Yes.
It is. So, heat number 2, deuxième qualification, Pro Stock Alexandria Home Hardware. We have the 8X of Cody Kelly. Besides him, the 4 of Roch Aubin. 88 of C.D. Beauchamp, the 99 of Ghislain Valade, the 6 of Stéphane Lebrun, 57K of Kevin Federley, and currently needing assistance will be the 9 of Éric Jean-Louis, who will be headed to the pits. We'll have 6 cars, on aura 6 voitures en piste. 8 tours la qualification, again 8 laps for the second of 2 heats in the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division. Another good field of cars tonight here at Cornwall. 24 sportsmen. 22 modified, so it's a good car count again tonight as we will be ready to go to green. Green lights are on. Une bonne bataille pour la première position entre Cody Kelly et Roch Aubin. Les 2 pilotes sont côte à côte. C'est les Beauchamp qui tentent d'aller chercher cette position également attaque de l'intérieur. Rock Aubin, toujours le meneur, viendra mener le premier tour. Aubin, the leader after one lap, as Justin Valade is also in the mix. A little bit of issues for Kevin Ferlerly, who bobbled a little bit, as Valade is using the top side of the speedway, but few cars went past him. Rock Aubin, toujours votre meneur, mais Cody Kelly qui réussit à rester tout près de lui. Un bonne bataille présentement pour la deuxième position, alors que CD Beauchamp vient prendre la mesure de Cody Kelly. Il semble très rapide, utilisant la ligne du milieu. Vient à l'intérieur, ici va s'attaquer au meneur. CD Beauchamp qui vient prendre les commandes de cette deuxième qualification. On roule toujours côte à côte. We're at halfway point. Beauchamp, your new leader, with Rock Aubin and Stéphane Lebrun. Lebrun will try and use the same lane as Aubin to pass Aubin. And does a great move to take second spot, with Beauchamp still the leader. Un peu, on perd la mesure un petit peu de la voiture numéro 6 de Lebrun, et la voiture 99 de Justin Valade a réussi à dépasser. On a beaucoup d'action dans cette qualification, beaucoup de dépassements pour la deuxième, troisième et quatrième position. C'est des Beauchamp qui est toujours aux commandes de cette qualification. Justin Valade deuxième, Stéphane Lebrun troisième, Kevin Ferlerly maintenant quatrième. Des ennuis un petit peu pour Rock Aubin maintenant cinquième. Drapeau blanc, white flag is out. Beauchamp having a strong run in this second heat, with Valade and Lebrun, your second and third place cars. He will come and get the checker flag, the 88 of CD Beauchamp. Stéphane Lebrun finishes second in front of Valade, Kevin Ferlerly, Rock Aubin, and Cody Kelly, your top six, with CD Beauchamp getting the win. So Tim, it's been some great racing in the Pro Stock racing as usual.
Yes, absolutely. The first qualifying heat came right down to the end, and CD Beauchamp kind of ran away with this one just a little bit, but that's how it rolls in the Pro Stocks. And now, some of the fastest cars you'll see all season long here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. The Patriot Sprint Tour is back and ready to go. Paul Harkenrider is sitting over there ready to go, and Paul, are you awake over there?
I am awake.
Hey, there you go.
And you asked me 20 minutes ago if I was having fun yet. I think we're about to have some fun.
I think so.
Looking forward to it. Qualifying heat race number 1 for the Everett Storage Clears Patriot Sprint Tour, as always, in 2017. The passing points is in effect for our qualifying format. How they finish compared to where they start, that's how they will line up for tonight's top 8 redraw. Drivers who finish in the 9 to 14 positions in our passing point system during qualifying, they will go to our 4-lap Dash for Cash, brought to you by MEM Site Excavation. The rest of the field will then start the tail of the 30-lap A-main event here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. We were at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway last night. Jared Zimbardi picked up the win. And currently the point leader, though, is the driver that's just about to be pushed off, Dylan Westbrook. So here's the starting lineup for qualifying heat race number 1 for the Everett Storage Clears Patriot Sprint Tour. Starting on the point, he comes from us out of Brantford, Ontario, driving the Browns Auto. Burger Barn Racing, Ace Construction, car number 10, that is Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown in car number 10 to his outside. One of our Quebec representatives, driving the GoGraphic.com. Entry Victo, Highside Racewear, car number 123, that's Jan Bilodeau. Jan Bilodeau in car number 123. Row number 2 on the inside, out of Brockville, Ontario, driving the HighSatellite.com. Car number 98, that's Paul Picoen. Paul Picoen in car number 98, and to his outside, out of Joyceville, Ontario, one of the longtime veterans of the 360 sprint car organizations up here in Eastern Ontario, as driving the Riverside Bar and Grill. Car number 42W, that is Rick Wilson. Rick Wilson in car number 42W. Row number 3 on the inside, 6th place finish last night at the Boss. Customers out of Hamilton, Ontario, driving the Aces Bar and Grill. Car number 91, that's Ryan Turner. Ryan Turner in car number 91. And making his debut for the weekend, he comes to us out of Granby, Quebec. Driving car number 51N, drive the Pixel Imaging, postimage.com. Car number 51N, that's Guame Nidier. Guame Nidier, car number 51N. Row number 4 on the inside, also out of Brantford, Ontario, driving the Hills Tire and Gas Bronze Auto, car number 1-10, that is Jake Brown. Jake Brown in car number 1-10. And current point leader with the Patriots going into championship night tonight. He comes from us out of Scotland, Ontario, driving the Ashwaubenon Speedway Aero Express. Rochester Nighthawks, car number 47X, that's Dylan Westbrook. Dylan Westbrook in car number 47X. Current point leader, Westbrook, he starts in position number 8. You'll see Jared Zimbardi here in qualifying heat race number 2.
We found your cone for you.
Oh, wow. And
You
the
know,
cone
it
has
did
returned
a couple extra
to
laps. It's returned.
That is great. And so we kind of need that. And so as you can see, our PST officials just off there exiting corner 4, they're just about to display about a 60-foot box. The race leader of Mitch Brown right now, he is the pace setter for the 8-car field. He must go in. He is the first one to fire. So that white box has been displayed. Mitch Brown, the pace setter for the 8-car field, 8 laps the distance. Dylan Westbrook, who's back there in row number 4, he needs to get up to at least 4th to get himself into tonight's redraw, pending how the other drivers do in our second qualifying heat race. So we're ready to rock and roll 360 sprint car style here at the Cornwall Speedway for the 300th time in Patriot Sprint Tour Series history. We're green. As Mitch Brown, the first one to take the race lead, and look at a big car, 4-car medal there for the end, as the 98 of Paul Paconin almost gets twisted up, as that allows Westbrook, though, to get by Modifié, as Mitch Brown leads them heading into corners 3 and 4 here on lap number 1. Bilodeau sits there second, followed by the 42W of Rick Wilson, followed by the 98 of Paul Paconin. Westbrook once again using the outside of the racetrack. He will clean Paconin as they work their way down the backstretch here on lap number 2. Now Westbrook going to work on the 1-10 of Jake Brown, as Mitch Brown has now started to build a pretty comfortable lead as they work into corners 3 and 4. Down the backstretch they go, as Modifié has a little bit of trouble as he's a little bit off the pace as he works his way down the backstretch. It looks like he's about to go pit side. Mitch Brown, still your race leader, followed by the 123 of Jan Bilodeau, Rick Wilson, and now Ryan Turner complete your top 4. As Dylan Westbrook needs to make almost past one more car to get himself into tonight's redraw. That's where it's going to be the difference maker to start in the top 8, comparing into the top between 9 to 14. 2 flags, 2 laps to go for the 10 of Mitch Brown, as he has a very comfortable lead over the 123 of Bilodeau. As now Westbrook does get by the 91 of Ryan Turner, and now he's going to set himself trying to get around 3rd. We're on the 42W of Rick Wilson. Good run there on the outside from the 47 of Westbrook. Overcooks the corner area. His right rear just graces the front stretch wall. And now there he goes. 18-year-old driver goes around the 42W of Rick Wilson as they head into corners 3 and 4. Here they come at the line. Mitch Brown will take the win. Jan Bilodeau comes home in second, followed by the 47X of Dylan Westbrook. Able to pass 5 cars during that, so he will accrue 5 passing points heading into tonight's redraw. So not only does that really ensure Dylan Westbrook into the redraw, he might be the first ones to draw, which is also most likely critical, as pending this second qualifying heat that's just about to come up next. So Mitch Brown, who finished 3rd last season here at the Cornwall Speedway, he's also last year's Aperçu Speedway track champion, picks up qualifying heat race number 1. Qualifying heat race number 2 now being about to be pushed out onto the racing stage. And starting on the point comes from St. Matthew de Quebec, driving the Industries FM. Foundation Station Megapumping FM. Car number 28 FM, that's Steve Fireball Poirier. Steve Poirier in car number 28 FM, and 2 is outside. Currently 2nd in points with the Patriots heading into tonight. He comes from out of Bradford, Pennsylvania, driving the Zimbardi Electric. Butterworth Firelux for Quartz Auto Collision. Performance Powder Coating. Car number 35, The Juice, Jared Zimbardi. Jared Zimbardi in car number 35. Row number 2 on the inside out of Kaiser Center, Ontario, driving the Club 54 Tobacco Town Line Variety Hills Racing Team. Car number 97, that's Corey Turner. Corey Turner in car number 97, and his outside. Out of Picton, Ontario, driving the Car Quest Jones Automotive. Car number 11J, that is Chris Jones. Chris Jones in car number 11J. Row number 3 on the inside, also out of Joyceville. Our lone female into tonight's attendance. Driving the Riverside Bar and Grill, car number 15 8W, that is April Wilson. April Wilson in car number 15 8W. And to her outside, out of Alexandria, Ontario, during the Kenyon Auto Center, car number 51L, that's Lee Laddiser. Lee Laddiser in car number 51L. Winner with the Empire Super Sprints a couple months ago. Here he starts in position number 70, also out of St. Matthew, Quebec. Won last night in a Lightning Sprints competition about 7 hours north of here. Driving the Foundations for Stations, Mega Pump and FM, car number 20 FM, that's Jordan Poirier. Jordan Poirier in 20 FM. So 7 cars, 8 laps of distance here for qualifying heat race number 2 for the Aperçu Storage Containers Patriot Sprint Tour. Once again, this is championship night here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. We were at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway last night. Jared Zimbardi was able to hold off the 47X of Westbrook, as it was quite the battle there in the first half of the race between Poirier, Westbrook, and Zimbardi, as that is who your top 3 was. So right now, looking at the PST point standings heading into tonight, while we got a break in the action. So Dylan Westbrook currently first in points with 566. Jared Zimbardi second, 564. 97 Corey Turner, 525. Jake Brown and fourth with 508. Mitch Brown, 503. So white flag displayed on the speedway. Row number 1, Steve Poirier, Jared Zimbardi. Row number 2, Corey Turner, Chris Jones. Row number 3, April Wilson, Lee Laddiser. And then Jordan Poirier completes the 7-car field as a very slow pace set by the 28 FM of Steve Poirier. Poirier, a winner last Friday night at the Albany Saratoga Speedway with us. Limited schedule, has been awfully efficient with that race team as he takes the green flag. Poirier looking to hog the middle lane of the racetrack as he leads them heading into corners 1 and 2. Zimbardi sits there in second. Chris Jones looking for something there on the outside as Jordan Poirier able to get by the 15 AW of April Wilson. Is now Jordan Poirier looking to take over position number 5. Working their way into corners 3 and 4 once again. As Steve Poirier still your race leader, followed by the 35 of Jared Zimbardi. That's now the battle for third though between the 97 of Corey Turner and the 11J of Chris Jones is on. Lee Laddiser and Chris Jones. Is now Laddiser who sticks his nose there to the bottom. As now Jordan Poirier looking for a pull along the long side as the battle for fourth still continues between Laddiser, Jones, and the 20 FM of Jordan Poirier. Jones slides up just a tad to block the racing lane from the 20 FM of Jordan Poirier. Not going to do it this time, as Uncle Steve Poirier still leading the way as we're 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Zimbardi still sitting there in second, followed by the 97 of Corey Turner. Lee Laddiser now up to fourth, as Chris Jones sits there in fifth, as now Jordan pulls alongside the 11J of Chris Jones, as Jordan Poirier now gets by the 11J of Chris Jones. Poirier might need one more spot to get himself into the redraw as well, as it's been all Steve Poirier in this one, as he takes the parallel 6, as we are 6 laps in, 2 laps to go. White flag out for the Fireball, Steve Poirier in that sharp-looking purple Fire Sprint car. Zimbardi sits still in second, as Corey Turner, who is coming into tonight third in points now with 525. Checkered flag is out. Poirier will take the win. Second going to go to the 35 of Zimbardi. Turner, also another strong one, comes home in third. Jordan Poirier comes home in fifth. Be now due to we are going to definitely want to keep it start tonight.
Because Martin and I are both eating.
Boy, it's shocking. Just
Going to do our trophy presentations, got lost, and came back with a platoon.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that happened. Well, right now, Tim O'Brien's going to go away from the pole in the number 88. Outside of him will be Brian McDonald in car number 151. Alongside of him in row number 1. Row number 2, Gage Moore in the 16, along with the 22C of Super Mario Claire. 4th place run at Brockville last night. Row number 3, Corey Wheeler in the 47S. Alongside of him, the 17 of Mark Terrian. Last night's winner for the very first time at the Brockville Speedway in car number 38. This is Luke Whitaker from Iroquois. And Danny Gagne making his debut here at Cornwall in the 358 Modified. It's his second ever 358 Modified start after competing last night at RPM. Green lights are on. Dwaron Engineering heat points on the line as well tonight. And right now, Slim's going to take away the top spot. Slim was in his own car tonight. Last night, campaigned the LaSalle Motorsports M96 to a top 5 finish as he brings it off of corner number 2 with the race lead. Gage Moore into the inside of Tim O'Brien. He'll pick up the 2 spot. Mario Claire saw that opening. He's going to try to fill the void down on the bottom, and he does just that. So Claire takes over the number 3 position. O'Brien caught on that high lane. Corey Wheeler bouncing through a bump down there at corner number 2 allows Luke Whitaker to scoop by on the top shelf as Whitaker trying to get by the 88 of O'Brien down on a low lane, and Whitaker will do just that. Meanwhile, 3 laps are down, 7 more to go. It's all Brian McDonald right now, and Luke Whitaker on a roll here after last night's win at Brockville. He is on the charge. He started back in position number 7. He's rolling alongside him.
And Brian Slim McDonald in the 151 KB continues to lead. Just past the halfway point as they come to lap 6. There'll be 4 to go. Gage Moore tucked right in behind with the 16 in second. Here comes Super Mario Claire. Great battle going on for 3rd spot. Luke Whitaker down to the bottom with the 38 special. He comes together with Mario Claire, and Claire gets the better of that one, and he takes it into 3rd. Brian Slim McDonald trying to walk away with this one. 3 laps to go here in the first of 3 358 modified heats. Whitaker still trying to get around the 22C of Mario Claire as they come to the flag stand. This time it'll be 2 laps to go here in the first of 3 heats in the 358 modified. Brian Slim McDonald in the 151 KB West Front Construction Machine out in front. Gage Moore trying to reel him in. Great battle continues for 3rd spot. Whitaker's going to try the top through. Mario Claire down to the bottom. Whitaker around the outside.
And he'll pull it by to position number 3. Checkered flag will be waving in the air. Checkered flag is out, and Brian McDonald will get the victory. Second will be Morin, and Luke Whitaker will cross in 3rd at the stripe. Him and Mario Claire had quite the war going for that number 3 position. Corey Wheeler, Tim O'Brien, and Mark Terrian will complete it.
Oh, great first heat.
Yep.
We still got 2 more of these guys, so the 358 modified roll out their second heat. It'll be the 188 of David Papineau set to go away off the pole. Gabriel Riche, the number 10, will go away on the outside pole. Stéphane Lafrance in the 115, the Little Hammer, inside of that second row. David Hebert in the 87 goes away on the outside of that second row. Mathieu Boisvert in the 73 JR. Inside of row number 3 on the outside, the 66X of Kerry Terrence. And Kevin Amell in the 13 set to round out the field. 10 laps will be the distance here in the second of 3 358 modified heats. White flag comes out onto the field. We'll send him around one more time, looking for a nice clean start in turn number 4 between the 2 wired audio signs. Papineau in the 188. Riche in the number 10. They'll lead them around. Jason Aikman pointing to the wired audio zone, letting the drivers know where they get it going. And we are underway. Good start here in the second of 3 358 modified heats. Riche to the top side. Papineau down to the bottom. They slide it through David Hebert all alone in 3rd. He finds a way around Lafrance. Gets down to the bottom. He's going to tuck it inside of Riche. David Hebert in the 87 tries to move on 2nd. Here comes Kerry Terrence around the outside, makes his way around Boisvert. Now he's got his sights set on the 115 of La France. He's going around the outside. Kerry Terrence, great battle going on for the 4th position. 2 former track champions battling back there, the 115 of La France and the 66X of Terrence. Kerry up a little high. He's going to try diving it back down to the bottom. Papineau pulling away from the rest of the field and the 188. He's got a couple of car lengths lead over the 87 of David Hebert. We got to go back to 3rd for the battle. Throw a blanket over Richer, La France, and Kerry Terrence in the 66X. Both trying to find a way around Gabriel Richer. Richer in the 10, holding it down. Bobbles a little bit coming into turn 3. La France down to the bottom with the 115. He's going to take over 3rd at the flag stand. Richer comes right back, dives into 4th, goes underneath. He's going to try to take it back, coming out of 2. Good move by Richer. Takes it back as they go through 3 and 4. La France pushes up the hill just a little bit. Richer down to the bottom. It's going to be La France hanging on to it at the halfway point. He's in 3rd. 1st and 2nd, pulling away from the field. The battle is for 3rd. Papineau in the 188, trying to pull away, but he's got David Hebert in the 87 tucked right in behind him. He's trying to reel him in for that battle for the lead. Stéphane La France all alone in 3rd now in the 115. Richer in 4th, and it's Mathieu Boisvert slides it off in turn number 1 with 3 laps to go. And the caution will come out in the 2nd of 3 358 modified heats. And Timmy and Martin, I'll tell you, these guys are putting on a show. They got a beautiful, smooth, black track. This is what the drivers love. They can pull those slide jumps, bump into each other, and everyone drives away okay.
That's what the deal's supposed to be. These drivers are racing hard, and you saw it right there with Gabriel Richer and Stéphane La France. Those 2 guys were back and forth, swapping positions, and that was just for 3rd, because David Papineau and David Hebert were in another zip code, literally. But those 2 drivers really got it done out there, and Kerry Terrence involved in that as well. So 3 great drivers showing you the way around here at Cornwall.
I tell you, if you're David Papineau, that's not what you wanted to see, as you've got David Hebert on your outside. As they come through the wired audio zone, we go back to green. David Hebert around the outside in that 87. As I mentioned, that's not what Papineau wanted to see in the 188. He's going to slip back 1 spot to 2nd. Now that battle picks up for 3rd again. Here comes Kerry Terrence down to the inside. Multiple track champion here in Cornwall. He's got his sights set on that 10 of Gabriel Richer. Doing a good job closing the door. Slides up the track just a little bit. Look, Kerry Terrence going to try to dive to the bottom. He's got La France right there behind him. White flag comes out for the 87 of Hebert. David Hebert all alone in front. Kerry Terrence through 3 and 4. Slides it into 3rd. Kerry Terrence in the 66 picks up another spot. Here comes David Hebert around. He'll get the checkered flag in the 2nd of 3 358 modified heat. Papineau will finish 2nd in the 188. 3rd will be Kerry Terrence in the 66X. Richer in 4th. And La France will round out in your top 5 with the 115. Great action here in the 358 modified division. And the boys are putting on a show. And Martin, you've got the 3rd heat.
Yes. It's been like that, Huey, for the Pro Stocks as well, and also the sprint cars. So we had some great racing. The track is in great conditions, despite all the rain that Cornwall had in the last few days. They had a big thunderstorm on Friday, and yesterday a little bit of rain yesterday as well. So it's a great track.
Beautiful, it's smooth, and we've got 3 lanes out there.
Yep. So Louis Jackson will start first in this 3rd heat in the modifieds. Beside him will be the 31 of Lance Willix. Willix had a great run at Mohawk on Wednesday, finishing 3rd. The 46 of Cale Rebidou. 22D of the Doctor, Danny Johnson. 23 of Joey Ledser. The 01 current points leader here at Cornwall. The 01 of Chris Raby. And driving the 97 tonight will be Paul Emel. This is a former Michel Chicoine ride, the 97K. Driven tonight by Paul Emel, the father of Kevin, who's driving the 13 as well. So father and son duo. We're going to green over vert. Excellent départ ici pour le 31 de Lance Willix qui prend les commandes sur Louis Jackson. Danny Johnson et Cale Robidoux sont pas loin derrière. On roule côte à côte. Louis Jackson revient à la charge à l'intérieur. Mène le groupe. Louis Jackson is your current leader over Lance Willix. Danny Johnson now third with Chris Raby running in fourth. Jackson leading the way. Another tough qualifier here with Johnson, Raby in the mix as well, with Lance Willix running a second. Louis Jackson qui mène toujours cette qualification devant Lance Willix, Danny Johnson, Chris Raby et Cale Robidoux. Joël Edser et Paul Hamel terminent le top 7 de cette qualification. On roule un petit peu plus à l'intérieur dans cette qualification, using the inside lane for most of the drivers. Danny Johnson trying to take the second over Willix, using the high side. On viendra pas de bataille qui pourrait se suivre pour la deuxième position entre Lance Willix et Danny Johnson. Johnson qui utilise la ligne extérieure. Bien sorti du tournant numéro 2. Vient prendre la mesure de Lance Willix. Danny Johnson is now second. Had a great launch out of turn 2. Had momentum and was able to take the second spot over Willix. Good run for the fourth position between Raby and Cale Robidoux, as Louis Jackson Jr. still your race leader. Danny Johnson second, Lance Willix, Raby, and Robidoux your top 5. Good lane choice so far for Louis Jackson, still leading the way over Danny Johnson. 2 laps to go, 2 tours à faire. Louis Jackson qui effectue un bon choix de ligne, mais on voit la rapidité de Danny Johnson. Danny Johnson found something out of turn 2, got closer to Louis Jackson with 1 lap to go. Went a little bit too high here in turn number 4. We'll see if he's able to gain some momentum, but no, I guess it will be Louis Jackson, your race winner, over Danny Johnson, Lance Willix, Chris Raby, Cale Robidoux, not Lee, but Joël Edser, and Paul Hamel. So Louis Jackson, a great run in the modified third and final heat.
Well, Tim and Martin, what a nice run by Louis Jackson Jr., the youngster, the rookie in the 358 modified division this year. And boy, he had the veteran, the doctor, knocking on his back door a couple of times there. Danny found something high going into turn 1, and we thought he might have something for him. Went a little high in 4, and basically lost the momentum he had built up. But what a show! The doctors can still point a car.
Yeah, he's approaching the magical age of 60 out there, but he can still wheel a race car around. And you know, if you listen to the way his car was running, it was not wound up too high. He had just kind of you could just hear the car nice and smooth as it came off the corner, and not a lot of gear in that race car, so a lot of these drivers will be taking notes on that with a slick racetrack, and that high lane might be the place to be if you get it geared just right. Could be the deal.
We're going to see that here in the first heat of the Tracy Wheeler Sportsman Division. The master and the student, Gabriel Sear, and a couple of teammates on the backstretch there now talking it over. Of course, Thomas Cook getting it done the other Wednesday evening at Mohawk.
Yes, he had a great run going over there, and almost lost it at the end over Brent Kelsey, but just had enough to hang on for his first win of the season. He'll go away from the outside of row number 1. Inside row number 1, we'll find Gabriel Sear on the point with Cook alongside. Row number 2 is going to find the... Billy Cook was originally slated to go away from the pole, but obviously that is not happening. So Tyler Javot will move up to the inside of row 2 with Justin Lalancette, car number 98, alongside in row number 2. Row 3, Kurt Kaye in the 28, the Cornwall Mazda TAS Racing ride alongside of him, 08 of Chris Ferguson. And back there by himself in row number 4, Scott McGill in the 04 machine. That is your starting lineup. First of 3 heats in the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman Division. White flag will be displayed. Cars will go under green at the Wired Audio Fire Zone next time by. So once again, as we were informed earlier, no dash tonight for the Patriot Sprint Tour. They're going to do their redraw down at their PST trailer and go right into the feature action here tonight. Green flag is out, and away we go. Quickly in a 1 and 2 they go. Gabriel Sear jumps out into the race lead as they hit the back straightaway. 35 of Thomas Cook back there to the 2 spot as we click off lap number 1. Tyler Javogue back there in third, getting some pressure now from the 98 of Justin Lalancette as they head down the backstretch. Billy Cook finally makes it back onto the racetrack as they work through turns 3 and 4 down the home straightaway. Gabriel Sear in control. It's Cook, Javogue, Lalancette, and Kurt Kaye in that top 5 order as they exit corner number 2 and down the backstretch. The 28 of Kaye trying to move in on the 98 of Lalancette. Kurt Kaye ran with us at Brockville in the regular Sportsman Division last night. Had some issues in that Cornwall Mazda 28 ride, but he looks pretty good here so far. Remember, RSI Industrial Heat Championship points are also on the line. Gabriel Sear right now with the most at 5 if he can get it done in qualifying heat number 1. But Thomas Cook right there to challenge him. Sear found a little something on the top side of turn number 2. Was able to get away by a couple of car lengths as Thomas Cook right there trying to reel him in. Tyler Javogue, nice and smooth down around the bottom side of the speedway. The Canada Ford number 85 brings it off the corner out of Ottawa, Ontario. About a 5 car length advantage over Justin Lalancette, and behind them the 04 of Scott McGill right there to challenge Kaye for a top 5 position, and McGill gets on by, moving Kaye back to 6th. Billy Cook in 7th. 8th is Chris Ferguson as they bring it off of corner number 2, and Tyler Javogue starting to reel in the 35 of Cook as Thomas put it to the top side of the speedway. Javogue down on the bottom, white flag in the air, and Tyler Javogue now to the number 2 spot as the 35 of Cook rounds out your top 3, but Gabriel Sear, car number 94, will bring it into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air, and Gabriel Sear will collect the win for heat number 1, followed by Tyler Javogue and Thomas Cook, your top 3. Lalancette and McGill, they will get the final points positions towards that RSI Industrial Championship. Kurt Kaye, Billy Cook, and Chris Ferguson will complete your field. So that does it for heat number 1. Heat number 2 of 3 set to roll trackside. Martin Belanger, you've got the lineup and
yes, I do.
Ready to go.
So second of 3 heats in the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman Division is on the speedway. 45D of Junior Delormier. 87 tonight driven by Delbert Legros Jr. 22A of Alex Gagnon. The 58 of Steve Morris. Current point leader and track champion here. The 0 of Shane Picor. 17 of Tristan Draper. Draper is on a good streak here, winning the last 4 of David and the 4J of Dudes will complete the field. We're getting rid of a not a good start as Junior Delormier in the wired audio zone. Dans la zone wired audio qualification. Le blanc est lancé, will be white flag. On ira au vert ici, we'll go to green. We're going to green over vert. Good start for Junior Lelermier. Un bon départ ici pour Junior Lelermier devant Legros et Alex Gagnon. Lelermier taking the lead. Some good drivers at the back that will try and make their way up the group as Steve Morris, Shane Picor, and Tristan Draper are looking to gain some positions. Delarmier still your race leader in front of Legros and Alex Gagnon. Good battle right now for the fourth position between Steve Morris and Shane Picor. Une bonne bataille pour la quatrième position. Il semble un petit peu plus rapide que Gagnon aussi, alors que Steve Morris s'attaque un petit peu à Gagnon. A perdu un peu de distance. Ça a profité pour Shane Picor. Excellente manœuvre. Vient prendre la troisième position. Shane Picor did a great move over Gagnon to take third spot. Steve Morris. Yellow flag is out as Steve Morris looped it in turn number 2. On perd un petit peu la maîtrise de la voiture dans le tournant numéro 2 pour Steve Morris. On apporte le drapeau jaune. We'll go to white flag. Junior Delarmier still your race leader. Going to the Delaware start. On ira au départ Delaware. White flag is out. Le blanc est lancé. We're back to green, on retourne au vert. Shane Picor, très rapide à l'extérieur, viendra s'attaquer à Junior Delarmier. Tristan Draper maintenant troisième également. Delarmier toujours le meneur, Picor deuxième, Tristan Draper troisième. Draper qui a pris beaucoup d'expérience avec les novices Sportsman, tient tête mais présentement à deux des excellents pilotes de la division Sportsman. Delarmier, who made his classes in the novice Sportsman, is holding his ground right now with Shane Picor and Tristan Draper. As Picor went a little bit too high, he will come and get the checker flag, the 45 of Junior Delarmier. Tristan Draper finished second. Delbert Legros, Shane Picor, David Rogers, Alex Gagnon, Dudes Thompson, and Steve Morris. Another great run, Huey, as we're getting set for third heat in the Sportsman division.
Third and final, Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman heat. As we've got Martin Hebert on the 43, set to come out off the pole. Emmanuel St. Denis on the outside pole. Adam Rosa in the 3 inside of that second row. Randall Ladisher, the 15B, on the outside of row number 2. Kevin Malone in the 102K inside of row number 3 on the outside. The 102 of Derek Kreiderman. Patrick Pickerton in the 48. And the 1R of Ricky Thompson set to round out the field. And we're going to mix up the lineup a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, after this heat for the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman. We're going to go right into the Patriot feature. We're going to try to stay ahead of the weather here, and we're going to line up the Patriot feature immediately following this heat in the Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman division. Third and final heat. We're going to look for a clean start in the wired audio zone. 8 laps are going to be the distance. Hebert and St. Denis bring them around. Martin Hebert in the 43 leads it. Adam Rosa tucked right behind in the number 3. Kevin Lalone up through the field. He's going to miss the turn and go off between 3 and 4. Turn it around. And he's going to try to get it fired up, but the yellow is going to come out. And 1 lap will be in the books. There'll be 7 to go here in this third and final Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman heat. So Hebert is going to get a new dance partner. We're going to do a Delaware start, and it's going to be Emmanuel St. Denis going from the bottom groove of the second row. Adam Rosso is going to go up to the top. He's hanging on at third right now. So White comes out onto the field. We'll be looking for a nice clean start in the wired audio zone between the two signs in turn number 4. And Martin Guébert in the 43 brings him around. They come around by the flag stand. Rosso and St. Denis battling for that second spot. Brianna Ladisser goes up to the top of the track with the 15B. She's going to battle with St. Denis on the backstretch. Emmanuel St. Denis takes over third. Here comes Adam Rosso on the outside on number 3. Tries to pull along the side of Hebert. Hebert in the 43 continues to lead. Rosso pushes up the track. Here comes Kreiderman down to the bottom. Derek Kreiderman in the 102 picks up a couple of spots. And Picketon in the 48 off in turn number 2 will bring out the caution. With 3 laps in, 5 to go. Here in this third and final, Tracy Wheeler assists to sell Sportsman Heat. Well, the Delaware start. Hebert all alone out front. Rosso in second aside and go from the top groove. Kreiderman moves in to the bottom groove in the 102. Green comes out through the wired audio zone. Martin Hebert picks up right where he left off in the lead. Here comes Adam Rosso around the top, pushes up the track, just hangs on 3 wide through turn number 2. Ladisser picks up a spot, dives down to the bottom with the 15B. Brianna Ladisser puts the nose down to the inside of Kreiderman. Kreiderman's going to hang on to third. 3 wide again, down the front chute. Adam Rosso up through the middle, battling with Emmanuel St. Denis, and a good battle going on for second between Kreiderman and the 102 on the top side. Brianna Ladisser down to the bottom with the 15B. Martin Hebert, all alone in front. 3 laps to go with the 43. Kreiderman tucked in a second spot with the 102. Ladisser right there in third. Picketon picks up a number of spots. He's riding that outside groove with the 48. Went from the back of the pack with that last caution he caused. Now finds himself battling for third. Patrick Picketon on the outside, battling with Ladisser. Kevin Lalone loops it around in the 102, and the caution will come out as White was just about to come out on the field. Kevin Lalone with the 102K loops it in turn number 2. Can't get it fired back up. And it'll be 1 lap to go. So Martin Hebert, 1 more lap to go here in the third and final. Tracy Wheeler assists to sell Sportsman. And we got some debris in turn 1 as one of our officials going to pick it up. And looks like an exhaust part, so nice move by Eric just to kick it to the grass rather than really trying to hold on to it for a long time. We've seen other officials pick up hot parts and throw them down really quick. So Martin Hebert, Delaware start all alone out in front. He's got Kreiderman and Ladisser right behind him. 1 lap to hold it all together. Through the wired audio zone, Martin Hebert into the lead, brings it down through 1 and 2. Kreiderman goes to the top side. Picketon tries it again down on the inside with the 48. That's not going to work. Ricky Thompson on the top side with the 1R. Checkered flag is waving. It's going to be Martin Hebert, Kreiderman in the 102, and Ladisser in the 15B, rounding out your top 3. Nice drive by Ricky Thompson at the end there to get into the top 5 as well. He finishes in 4th. And Patrick Picketon on the 48 looped it a couple of laps ago, brought out the caution, and went tail to third, dropped back to fifth in the last couple of laps. That's it for our Tracy Wheeler Assist to Sell Sportsman Division.
Yeah.
And all of our heats are now in the books. We
Right.
are going to move the Patriot Sprints out. We've done away with the Dash for Cash. We're moving out the Patriot Sprints for their feature. And, well, Timmy, we're going to hand it over.
Yeah, Paul's over there. He's ready to go. The Patriot Sprint Tour is ready
Got
to
the
go.
headset. They're all ready to roll.
Paul,
We
this
are
is
ready.
a landmark event for the Patriot Sprint
It
Tour.
is.
This is the 300th one.
300th.
We got to get it in.
Yes, we do. And,
Yes.
you know, in the event, though, if something does Mother Nature, 15 laps is when the race becomes official for tonight. So 15
Right.
laps is. We would like to get all 30, but we need to at least for this race to become official. And plus, this is also a very rare moment. We have two guys, 2 points separated for tonight's championship event. Jared Zimbardi and Dylan Westbrook. And so
Yep.
we'll start the lineup. We'll see where they start. 15 cars ready to go, 30 laps for tonight's Aperçu Storage Containers Patriot Sprint Tour A main event here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Starting in position number 15, he comes to us out of Granby, Quebec, driving the Pixel Imaging. Car number 51N, that's Modifié. Modifié in car number 51N. Row number 7 on the outside, out of Brockville, Ontario, driving the HighSatellite.com car number 98. That's Paul Peconin. Paul Peconin in car number 98. And to his inside, out of Ontario, driving the in Ontario, driving the out of Brantford, Ontario, driving the Hills Tire and Gas. Bronze Automotive, car number 1-10, that is Jake Brown. Jake Brown in car number 1-10. Moving into the top 10 and starting on the outside of row number 5. He comes for us out of Hamilton, Ontario, driving the Aces Bar and Grill. Car number 91, that is Ryan Turner. Ryan Turner in car number 91, and to his inside, out of Joyceville, Ontario, winner at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway last month. It was his first PST win in 11 years, actually. Goes for us out of Joyceville, Ontario. That's the Joyceville Jet, Rick Wilson. Rick Wilson in car number 42W. Moving into our top 8 redrawers. This one out of one of our Quebec representatives driving the High Side Raceware. GoGraphic.com, car number 123. That's Jan Bilodeau. Jan Bilodeau in car number 123 and to his inside. Starting currently in the second spot in our points position. He comes for us out of Bradford, Pennsylvania, driving the Zimbardi Electric, Bundle Worth Fire Alarms, Performance Auto Collision, Performance Powder Coated, car number 35. That's the Juice, Jared Zimbardi. Jared Zimbardi in car number 35. And to starting in position number 6 out of St. Matthew, Quebec, driving the Foundations for Stations, Megapolitan FM, car number 20 FM. That's Jordan Poirier. Jordan Poirier in car number 20 FM. And to his inside, out of Alexandria, Ontario, driving the Kenyon Auto Center. Car number 51L, that's Lee Laddister. Lee Laddister in car number 51L. Row number 2 on the outside, out of Keister Center, Ontario, driving the Club 54 Tobacco. Townline Variety, Hills Racing Team, car number 97, that's Corey Turner. Corey Turner in car number 97. And to his inside, current point leader with the Patriot Sprint Tour Series Championship. Looking for his first ever Series Championship with the Patriots. 18-year-old driver out of Scotland, Ontario, driving the Ashwegan Speedway, Rochester Nighthawks. Aero Express Bradshaw Fuels, car number 47X, that's Dylan Westbrook. Dylan Westbrook in car number 47X. And on the front row for tonight, starting in position number 2, he comes for us out of Brantford, Ontario, driving the Burger Barn. Burger Barn Racing, Ace Construction, car number 10, that's Downtown Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown in car number 10. And starting on the point, he comes for us out of St. Matthew de Belleuil, Quebec. Driving the Foundations for Stations, Mega Pumping FM, car number 28 FM. That's Steve Fireball Poirier. Steve Poirier starting on the point tonight. 15 cars, 30 laps. The distance for tonight's Aperçu Storage Containers A main event.
Well, we got to wonder if there's any luck or, I guess, skill goes into it. Guys that used to run here in modified, they got Steve Poitier. He's ran here a lot in a sprint car. So is Jared Zimbardi. Of course, Chris Jones ran here in a modified as well. Ricky Wilson a number of years ago in a modified and many years in a sprint car. You got to wonder if the experience is going to come out on a very slick track for these guys. But I'll tell you, they've got 3 lanes to choose from.
They really do, and we really saw that during qualifying action. There was passing. And take for example, Dylan Westbrook, though, who came from position 8. He was already up into the 3rd spot, and that means that passing is intact. It's a lot different than what we had last night. The modifieds were on first. Unfortunately, there's just heat, and so they're kind of looking at probably the same track though they've had since qualifying action. So they probably really had to have to make any adjustments prior to tonight.
Well, it looks like we're going to see some good racing here once we get everybody out and pushed and going. And it looks like a very quick track here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway for the Patriot Sprint Tour here this evening.
So once again, though, if we unfortunately have to delay this event, 15 laps is all we need to make this race official. Jared Zimbardi and Dylan Westbrook, those are the 2 drivers that you definitely want to keep an eye on. 2 points separate them at the top of the point standings. One advantage. The driver who and so forth down the line. That's how PST is for the last 15. So Jared Zimbardi, 1